Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. Welcome to the Heat. Wait a minute. What's the name of our show? Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. I don't know where it disappeared to that moment, but welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. I'm your host. I'm Sacred Rights, and I am here to talk about money, and also to talk about having a stroke, and also to talk about having two strokes, because the doctors just let me know that I that this that the stroke that I'm reacting to, my body is reacting to, was my second stroke. It's my second stroke. I don't even want to talk about the first stroke. I don't even not even ready to talk about that yet. But I am a two-time stroke survivor, and I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting every day. And thanks to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space and this opportunity to talk and fight and do this every day. And do this every day. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay, so I look great. Thank you. Thank you, Rosa. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna get too deep on it. I'm not gonna get too deep on it, but I look great, but my movements are a little hurtful. It's a little hurtful to move the way that I want to. So I don't want to get too far into it because I'll get upset, and and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stick closest to the money. Thank you, Rosa. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's get into the affirmation. No, the affirmation. Yes, the affirmation. Let's get into the affirmation. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, so now I'm going to actually play the video because they line up today. Not today. So this is what I just recorded, just at the end of my run this morning. I did my run. I did my run this morning. Did my run, and I recorded something very briefly at the end of that run. Let me play that back. And here, check this out. All right, quick one today. Quick one today. I am doing my walk after my run. I did my run. I got my 1 mile complete. 1 mile complete, and I'm feeling kind of energetic today because I've been trying to solve this problem with emergency funds. If you guys didn't see my show yesterday, you have to see the show about emergency funds. And I was like, what's going on? And now I think I may have solved it. I think I may have solved the issue of emergency funds. So tune into the show today and let me know. Let me know. So that's the Be Your Own Hero show, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Let me know. Check it out on my YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all those things. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it. All right, later. All right, quick one today. Quick one. Okay, so you heard me talk about the what's it called, the emergency fund, and I've been grappling with this. So for those of you that did not see this yesterday, I was talking about the emergency fund, just kind of as a by the way, and then it turned into something because I couldn't transfer money from my emergency fund immediately. Now I have created an emergency fund now. That's big news. That's big news. I've created an emergency fund. And I have I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. And I've completely forgot about it. I just completely forgot about it. And that's just such a strange thing because I spent the time to create the the space in my life for an emergency fund. I did that. I did that, right? But then I forgot about it. I forgot about it. And that just blows me away. I've been thinking about that all night. All night I'm thinking about it. I was like, what? How did and P King too, my fiance, it happened to her too, because we were doing very briefly, we were doing the marathon and we were talking about trying to get some money, right? And neither one of us had the presence of mind to think of our emergency fund. It's not like we thought about it like, oh no, that'll take too long. No, we didn't think about it. We didn't think about it. And so that to me is a bit of poor man's thinking. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think that's a little bit of poor man's thinking. Because not like I thought about it and I thought, well, this is not an emergency, I'll leave it alone. No, I didn't think about it. I did not think about it. And so what I'm thinking about this is that yeah, I mean, I'm gonna still call call it the same thing. So yeah, it's a poor man's thinking. Poor man's thinking. So my poor man's thinking is that it didn't occur to me at all. Right now, I'm calling it poor man's thinking because poor man wouldn't even consider some other way, some easy way of getting some money hidden in my own accounts. Like I would not think of that. My poor mind thinking would be like, oh, what am I going to do? Where am I going to get the money? But it's not a poor man's thinking to be like, oh yeah, the money is in that account, but no, I'm gonna wait on that. That's not quite an emergency. You know what I'm saying? And so I've got to fix that poor man's thinking. That little bit of poor man's thinking. I've got to fix that. And you have to too, if you have created an emergency fund, if you have created a pay yourself fund, if you have created the space to create this emergency fund in your life, you've got to remember this. You've got to remember this feeling that you can have that money and think about it and decide not to use it. But you got to remember it. You got to remember it, right? So here's the thing. My fiance, P King, hit me up this morning and she was talking about the the emergency fund taking so long to get to me, get to her, get to whoever is selecting funds. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't know, I gotta think about it. And then I went on my jog and I started when I put in emergency fund, I just started running. Just whoever's going to be, it's going to be. Well, I started running with Dave Ramsey. Now you've heard me talk about Dave Ramsey in the early sessions of this show. Dave Ramsey has this whole thing. He has this whole thing about his rules, about his money. Like he was very wealthy, became very poor, and became wealthy again. And his reasons for doing that are very important. He's got these three rules. Well, he's got more than more than three rules, but the first three are the main three. Main three. Anyway, this woman called him, and she was talking about what to do with the money now. And he said, he said, I'm just laughing because it just happened. He said, the more you have as emergency fund money, the less you'll need it. What? What? The more you have as emergency fund money, the less you'll need it. And he gave some examples too. He gave some like maybe your tires on your car are getting threadbare. You just decide to go ahead and change them out entirely before they blow. Well, if you're broke and you're living life broke, you've got to wait until the tires blow, and then you got to deal with it and spend the money. But if you don't know, if you've already taken care of it, then then they then the emergency eliminates itself, right? Because the emergency is, my tire is blown, my tire's blown, I gotta get my tire fixed. But no, you saw that the tire needed to be fixed and you fixed it beforehand, before there was even an emergency. I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. So, in addition to that, Dave Ramsey talks about this. He talks about emergency fund money needs someplace to go. It needs someplace to go. And that's important too, because, my emergency fund is building, 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 very small increments, but still it's growing. Well, even though it's building, it doesn't have any assignment to it. It's just, random emergency fund. Yeah, okay. But what he specified is that you've got to give your money jobs. You got to give your money jobs, right? So you've got to give your money something to do. And so emergency fund is fine for a time, but anything beyond that, like let's say you want $1,000. That's his term that that's his amount that's his amount that he's using. Right, Dave Ramsey. So $1,000. And once you get that $1,000 assigned, then you can assign the additional money to do something else. Like you don't just assign it on to the emergency fund. Start to assign that money. You've got $1,000 set up for you, right, for your emergencies, but then you start directing the other money to specific things. Like you might say, $1,000 set aside for emergencies now. Done. It's set aside for emergencies. Now I've got another $500. Now I'm going to set that money towards finding a new job. I mean, it could be anything. But give it a specific purpose, right? And have that money be accumulated for that thing, right? And then you can get that thing, and then you owned it. Like, here's a good one. Here's a good one. So, say you want to go on vacation. There you go. You take the extra money and you assign it to your vacation, and then you get it and you spend the money, and then you reaffirm. You sign it up. You. I can't believe I can't remember that word, but that's the aphasia mess with me. Anyway, you get the money, you spend the money, and then you reaffirm the money. I don't know what word I'm reaching for, but I'm gonna call it affirm. Reaffirm the money. You get to put it back. So you've got this missile. It's a heat-seeking missile, and you keep on moving that heat-seeking missile towards whatever you need it for. You want to use it for your heat-seeking missile for your vacation. Boom. So, and then you hit the vacation. Then you spent that money. Then you want to spend that money again. You reacclimate the money, whatever that word means. But you aren't you ask it again to put the money in. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that once you spend the money on the thing that you have invested for, you've got to reclaim the money. You've got to repeat the money. You've got to restore the money. Restore the money. You've got to restore the money. All right. You got to restore the money. But the emergency fund money is unchanged. Right? Now, this is something else. Fee was like, I got to be able to get the money fast. But she and I, however you want to put that, have not needed the emergency money. We have not needed the emergency money, right? We have not needed it. And so now the pressure, well, let's use that word for now. So the pressure of knowing that there's this money away, off and away somewhere, is really a benefit because of what Dave Ramsey said. Because you don't really need the money. You don't really need the money. The more you have, the less you need. It's this weird mind twerk. Like the more you have, the less you need, right? So this is what I did. I set aside $5. I took $5 out of my Acorns account. $5 out of my Acorns account today. $5 just to see how long it's actually going to take. Now, according to itself, it says it's going to take me until the 13th. 13th. But let me see how long it's actually going to take, because that could be something else, some other reason to make me feel like, oh, I can't do it. So let me just see. Let me see how much time it is, and also I can. Mm, man, I thought I lost my train of thought. Mm, okay, sorry, I got lost my train of thought. But anyway, I was saying that. Mm, ah, aphasia. Oh shoot, that was getting good to me too. Mm. All right, let me turn off the distractions and center and focus myself. What was I going to say? All right, so let me tell you what's happening. What's happening is my notes are up, but an to upgrade to pro mode has come up on the screen, and now I can't get to it to get to my notes. So I, I have my notes here, but I can't see them. So, well, there you go. There you go. So I guess that's it. I guess that's it. I wanted there to be so much more, but anyway, I'll just round out by saying this. You want to you don't want to put your money aside invariably. Like what I was doing, for example, I set aside the minimum for the account for the emergency fund, but now I'm stacking on top of that emergency fund, right? Whereas I could take that money off and direct it towards something specific. And then I've got two things. I've got two animals to help me. I've got one animal, the emergency fund. If anything happens, I put my $5 up. I'll see how long it takes me to get through, and that's number one. And number two, I've got the heat-seeking missile that I can guide towards anything, right? And so, hmm, so in terms of that, like those two animals should serve me well. They should serve me well because I've only been using them as one animal, emergency fund, and now I've realized that I've done everything I needed to do without needing the emergency fund, without needing the emergency fund. Like that's crazy. Like I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about the money at all, right? And neither of you, if you've well, I don't know what your situation is, so let me not say. But me and Fee, we did not think about it at all, and so here we go. I finally got it back. So Fee was worried about it being too hard to get to in case of an actual emergency. Well, so we're working against two things. One, we're working with against the fact that our money is less needed. Like that's first of all, that's incredible. And second, we're working against Well, I did the $5 to see how much it's going to move, how quickly it's going to move. But I think the main thing is the first thing, and the first thing is what I've been saying all throughout the show. The main thing is you've got to you've got to believe that your money will become less useful, right? And that's crazy to think about that way. But I've said it happened with me, it happened with Fee King, it happened with Dave Ramsey. Like, he's talking about this thing that the more you have money, the less you need money. Oh, and that reminds me of, I found this time. I found this I found this thing on social media. I want to find it right quick. Let's see if I can find it right quick. Share screen. Let me see. Where did I put it? Yes, here it is. Here it is. I went crazy trying to find this morning. I was like, oh, wait. So, and I was really excited to find this because I forgot about it until now. Here it is. Okay, so for those of you on Instagram, just listen. I want to read it for you. Okay, this is Anthony O'Neill. Anthony O'Neill used to work with David Ramsey. Yes, and then he spun off to do his own thing. So Anthony O'Neill, checking account, $53,000. Now let's just pause there. Checking account, $53,000 is a large checking account, right? That's a large checking account. One more time, checking account, $53,000. But his savings account, $100,000. $100,000. Now his checking account is less than half of what his savings account is, right? And then his kid's savings account, $50,000, right? Investments, 2.2 million. Investments, 2.2 million. His checking account is 50 grand. Come on. Come on. Like, that is mind blowing. That's mind blowing. Anthony O'Neill had no money. He had no money, and he worked with Dave Ramsey to figure out how to get his money back into shape. He did that. Anthony O'Neill used to live in his car. Anthony O'Neill used to live in his car until he got with Dave Ramsey and learned how to turn it around. And now he's turned it around. He has turned it around. $53,000, $100,000 savings account, and investments, 2.2 million. Like, so what am I saying about this? What I'm saying is that the place where the money is more impactful. It's more impactful. Like him putting the money away into investments means that it's invested, right? That's not sounding right. But what I mean is that his money is in places where he can't get to it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. He's got $50,000 in case anything happens, but there's real money is set aside elsewhere. And he doesn't need it because these things come up. As they come up, they get taken care of. Yeah, I wish I could play. Yeah, maybe I'll play it tomorrow. I'll play it tomorrow. Yes, I will play it tomorrow. I'll play the Dave Ramsey tomorrow so you can hear him say it. But just incredible, because Dave Ramsey is huge man with lots of money who came from nothing, right? And to hear him say that the more you have money, the less you need your emergency fund, like, that is just amazing to me. That's just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cap on my emergency fund right now, and I'm going to use the rest of that emergency fund as a heat-seeking missile. Heat-seeking missile. I'm going to direct it towards something specific, something I need, right? And I don't know what that is yet, but I'm going to decide on something specific, and then I'm going to keep doing that because money needs some place to go. It needs something to do, and I keep reminding myself of that, but I keep forgetting. Money needs some place to go. You don't just put money away, put money away, put money away. No, because if you just put money away, that money that you put away is losing value. It's losing value because of inflation. Like inflation, like think about it this way. Inflation detracts from your money. Detracts from your money. So if you go put $1,000 in the bank and you wait 3 years, that money will be worth less than the $1,000 that you put in because of inflation, right? All right. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it. I just was really excited today to talk about the the Dave Ramsey thing because whoa, that's really crazy. Oh, replenish. Thanks, P King. Replenish. Yes, yes. All right. All right. Fatima says she's in the process. I hope that means you're in the process of creating your own fund. And remember this, have two animals. Have two animals. One is you've got your full amount for emergency fund. And then secondarily, any additional money more than the emergency fund money, direct that one towards something specific. All right. All right. Let's see what else. Anything else I got? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. This is good. Replenish your emergency fund over and over after you've invested it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for phrasing that for me. I could have read that and been incarnate early. But yeah. Reconfigure. Yes, all these people. Man, I missed my notes. I was too excited. I missed my notes. But thank you guys for bringing me the right words. All right. All right. Yeah. Assign the money to something specific. Yes. To a specific place or job. Yeah. Decide where you want to assign your money to. All right. I've run out of my time. So I gotta close this up. I will read your comments today. I didn't realize I had so many comments. I'll read my comments after the class today, and I will respond to them Monday. I will play David Ramsey's video tomorrow. I'll play David Ramsey's video tomorrow because you got to see him talk about what I'm talking about. But the more money you have, the less money you need. All right. All right. So I'll see you later. What's the thing? Oh, shoot. I can't remember it. I'm sorry. I will see you tomorrow later.